Hello guys, so in this video we will solve this problem modified Capricorn number. So modified Capricorn number is a positive whole number with a special property. If you square it and then split the number into two integers, the sum of those integers you have the same value you started with. For example, let's consider this 9 and the d is number of digits, that is 9 is only one digit, so the 9 square is 81, and if we split the 81 into two parts, that is 1 plus 8, it will give us the 9, that is the first original number. So this is an Capricorn's number. And if you consider this 5 is only one digit, the square of 5 is 25, and when we split this 25 into two parts, that is 2 plus 5 equal to 7, which is not equal to 5. So this is not an Capricorn's number. So we have to just apply this logic to find out the Capricorn's number in a given number of series. That is, we have given two limits, that is limit p and limit q. From the integer limit p to the integer limit q, we have to find how many numbers are there in this number of series are Capricorn's number. So in this example, we have to print the number in a given range which are Capricorns, and if there is no modified Capricorn number exists in between the range, print invalid range. So here the range is given 1 to 100. So in between 1 to 100 there are this number of Capricorn's number, that is 1, 9, 45, 55 and 99. So how did they find out this is, we'll use the logic of splitting by dividing and by mod. If you consider this number 99, how can you split this number into two parts, that is 9 and 9. So if you divide it by 10, you will get the first digit 9, and if you take a mod of this by 10, you will get the second integer as a 9. So we can get the two splitted parts of a given number. So we will use this logic to find out if a given number is Capricorn's or not. So in the function below, we will take a flag equal to 0. If there is no Capricorn's number, the flag will remain same and we have to print invalid range. So for that we have taken a flag. We will run a loop for long int I equal to p till I less than q and I plus plus. So the range will start from this p integer and will end at this integer. So it should be equal to q. So in this for loop we will take another variable which will give us the square of given number. So we will take another integer add to store the addition of the splitted number, and we will take another integer long integer copy to store this result in this copy. So even after the result is modified, the copy will remain the same. So to count the number of digits, we will take a count variable. So our basic declaration has been done. So we'll run a do while loop. In this do statement, we will take count plus plus, and then after we will divide the result by 100. So it will give us the number of digits in the original number. Then we can use this to find the first, to split the number, that is the first part and the second part. So we will take another integer to find the divisible. So the number could be of containing 4 digits, 5 digits, anything. So for that we have to take a divisible of count, power of tens count. So it will give us the correct divisor from how we can split the number. So by dividing by the div, we will get the first part, and by adding it to the mod of div, we will get the second part. So the addition is done of the splitted part of the square root. So after that we have to check if the addition is equal to the original number. So if this addition is equal to the original number, we have to print that original number, which we will print by using LLDI, and we will increment the flag, that is we found the number, Caprica's number, and if so our for loop here is completed, and if we have to check if the flag is equal to 0, then there is a no flag, there is a no Caprica's number in this given range. So we have to print invalid range. So our function is completed. We will run our code as usual. So here is some defect. So I forgot to give here percentage mark. So this will do our error. So we also have to keep the space in between and run it again. So this is giving us the output we need. So our code is running. So we'll submit our code. We'll check for all the test cases. All the test cases are passed, so our code is running fine. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.